Picture this. New U.S. tariffs hit Indian imports overnight. Rice, lentils, spices, even everyday staples suddenly cost 30 to 50% more. And once prices jump, they rarely fall back. What you buy cheap today could be twice the price tomorrow. The smart move? Stockpile foods that never expire. Archaeologists have opened 3,000-year-old jars of honey in Egyptian tombs, still golden and safe to eat. Rice sealed away for centuries in China, still cooked like it was fresh. These aren't legends. They're proof that some foods outlast civilizations. And while the average American family wastes over $1,500 every year on spoiled groceries, these forever foods can sit safely in your pantry for decades, saving money, cutting waste, and protecting you when shelves go empty. So, in this video, we're diving into 35 powerhouse foods that never expire. Some you already know, some will surprise you, and a few almost nobody is storing. But they might turn out to be the most valuable of all. Number 1. Archaeologists cracked open jars of honey buried with pharaohs more than 3,000 years ago, and it was still safe to eat. Honey isn't just food, it's nature's preservation system. Its acidity and lack of moisture make it impossible for bacteria to survive. Here's the prepper tip. Buy raw, unpasteurized honey. The squeeze bottle brands at grocery stores are often heated and stripped of nutrients. Store raw honey in glass jars, sealed tight, and keep them at room temperature. If it crystallizes, don't toss it. That's a natural process. Just place the jar in warm water, never boiling, and it'll turn liquid again. In survival, honey is more than sugar. It's medicine for burns and sore throats, quick energy when you're exhausted, and even a morale booster. 1 tablespoon gives 64 calories of pure fuel, making honey the ultimate forever food. Number 2. Back in the Great Depression, molasses kept families alive when fresh food was scarce. 1 tablespoon of blackstrap molasses delivers around 20% of your daily iron, plus magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B6. It's calorie-dense, nutrient-rich, and cheap. The storage trick? Transfer molasses from plastic containers into dark glass bottles with airtight lids. This prevents light damage and keeps it smooth for decades. Prepper hack. Mix molasses with oats and powdered milk. That combination makes a filling, nutrient-packed meal that costs pennies per serving. When things get tough, this simple mix can keep you and your family going strong. Number 3. Sugar has been found in Egyptian tombs thousands of years old, still usable. Why? Because sugar literally kills bacteria by pulling water out of them. That's why it's used to preserve jams, jellies, and candied fruits. Storage tip. Keep sugar away from moisture. Use airtight containers with silica gel packets to stop it from clumping into rocks. If you live in a humid area, glass jars with tight lids work best. Survival hack. Sugar doesn't just sweeten, it preserves. Coat fruit in sugar and it'll last far longer, just like early explorers did on long voyages. Sugar is both energy and a natural preservative in your pantry. Number 4. Forget the fake pancake syrups. Real maple syrup, properly sealed, never spoils. I've opened bottles that sat untouched for over a decade, and they were still perfect. Why stock it? Maple syrup contains antioxidants, zinc, and manganese, which boost immunity and fight inflammation. It's more than sweet. It's functional food. Here's the tip. Unopened bottles stay fine at room temperature, but once opened, refrigerate to prevent mold. If sugar crystals form, just warm it gently. Financial hack. Buy syrup in bulk directly from farmers during harvest season. You'll save 30 to 40% compared to grocery prices, and you'll get a forever food with long-term value. Number 5. During World War II, soldiers carried hard candies in their rations, and unopened jars from that era are still safe today. Why? Because once sugar is boiled into candy, it locks out moisture, creating a hostile environment for bacteria. Prepper tip. Store hard candy in mason jars with silica gel packets. Even in humid basements, they'll last for decades. Peppermint candies help reduce nausea, butterscotch soothes dry throats, and all hard candy delivers quick energy when you're running low. And don't underestimate morale. Something as simple as a sweet can lift spirits when times get tough. Number 6. The Aztecs valued chia seeds so much they used them as currency, and for good reason. Just 1 tablespoon has more omega-3 fatty acids than salmon, plus protein, fiber, and minerals. These little seeds pack serious survival power. Storage tip. Keep chia vacuum sealed in amber glass jars, away from sunlight. Done right, they'll hold nutrition for up to 5 years, twice as long as many believed. Prepper hack. Mix chia with water to make a gel. It hydrates, extends calories, and even works as an egg substitute in baking. Light, compact, and versatile, chia seeds are a survivalist's best friend. Number 7. Civilizations have thrived on rice for over 5,000 years, and there's a reason archaeologists have found rice in ancient tombs still safe to eat. White rice outlasts brown because its oily bran layer is removed, leaving behind a shelf-stable carbohydrate capsule. Storage tip: store rice in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers. A 50-pound bag costs about $30 and yields 500 servings. That's just 6 cents a meal. Survival hack: pair rice with beans or lentils for a complete protein. This simple combo can keep a family alive for months on very little. Number 8. Archaeologists have discovered dried corn stored in clay pots for over 1,000 years that could still sprout. That's how resilient this food is. Storage trick: dried corn keeps best in sealed buckets or mylar bags. Add a bay leaf to the container. It naturally repels bugs without chemicals. Prepper hack: grind dried corn into cornmeal, rehydrate it for soups, or ferment it into emergency alcohol. Few foods are as versatile in both survival and everyday cooking. Number 9. Mormon storage facilities tested 30-year-old oats and found they still had nearly all their nutrition. The key is choosing steel-cut or rolled oats. Instant oats spoil faster. Storage tip: place oats in food-grade buckets with Gamma Seal lids and oxygen absorbers. Done right, they'll last decades. Health bonus: oats contain unique compounds called avenanthramides that fight inflammation. A single cup offers 7 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber, making oats both filling and healing. Number 10. Lentils have been feeding humans for thousands of years, and jars of them from ancient Middle Eastern sites were still edible. They're loaded with protein, fiber, and iron, and unlike beans, they cook quickly without soaking, saving you fuel in a crisis. Prepper tip: a pound of lentils costs less than $2 and makes 10 to 12 servings. Store them in airtight jars or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, and they'll stay good for 20 years or more. Survival hack: use lentils as a meat substitute. Combine them with rice or flatbread, and you've got a complete, filling, high-protein meal for pennies. Number 11. In 2023, researchers found a sealed package of spaghetti from 1944, nearly 80 years old, and it was still edible. That's the magic of dried pasta. When it's dried below 12% moisture and sealed tight, it becomes a time capsule of carbs. Storage tip: vacuum seal pasta in mylar bags or even clothing vacuum bags. Keep it dry and away from oxygen, and it'll last for decades. Prepper hack: pasta is comfort food and morale food. A pound delivers over 16 ounces of carbs, making it both filling and energizing. Toss it with just a spoonful of tomato paste or powdered cheese, and you've got a hot survival meal that feels normal again. Number 12. Archaeologists in Peru uncovered popcorn kernels over 1,000 years old, and some still popped. That's how tough they are. Storage tip: keep popcorn kernels in mason jars with silica gel packets to fight moisture. They'll last decades without losing their pop. Prepper hack: popcorn isn't just a snack. It's fiber, quick calories, and even stress relief. When times are tough, sitting around a fire and sharing a pot of hot popcorn can boost morale more than you'd think. Number 13. Pepper was once worth more than gold, and archaeologists even found peppercorns on a Roman shipwreck after 2,000 years, still flavorful. Storage tip: buy pepper whole, not ground. Whole peppercorns keep their oils and flavor for decades. Store in airtight glass jars away from direct light. Survival hack: pepper does more than spice up bland survival food. The compound piperine helps your body absorb nutrients better. That means your rice and beans become more effective fuel when seasoned with pepper. Number 14. Mustard seeds aren't just for flavor. They're natural antimicrobials. That's why ancient cultures used them in pickling. Archaeologists have found viable seeds stored for centuries. Storage tip: always keep them whole. Ground mustard loses potency fast, but whole seeds in sealed jars stay powerful for decades. Prepper hack: in survival, mustard seeds can be sprouted into fresh greens, crushed into homemade mustard paste, or added to pickles to stretch your vegetables' shelf life. One little jar of seeds becomes a multi-purpose survival tool. Number 15. Oregano, thyme, rosemary. Herbs aren't just flavor, they're ancient medicine. Researchers recently confirmed that dried oregano keeps its antimicrobial punch indefinitely, sometimes even strengthening with age. Storage tip: Keep herbs in amber glass jars, away from light and air. Vacuum seal in small batches to preserve aroma and potency. Survival hack: dried herbs double as medicine. Oregano oil works as a natural antibiotic, thyme eases coughs, and rosemary has been studied for memory support. A well-stocked herb jar is like having a natural pharmacy in your pantry. Number 16. Bouillon cubes may look small, but they're survival giants. One cube can turn plain rice or beans into a meal that tastes like comfort food. Tests show bouillon can keep most of its flavor for years, even decades. Storage tip: moisture is the enemy. Keep cubes in airtight containers or vacuum-sealed bags. Done right, they'll outlast their best-by date by years. Prepper hack: bouillon is space efficient. A handful of cubes can replace gallons of broth. In survival, that means more flavor, more variety, and fewer cases of food fatigue when plain rice gets old. Number 17. Cornstarch has been found in Egyptian tombs, still usable after thousands of years. It's nearly immortal when dry. Storage tip: store pure cornstarch, not mixes, in airtight jars with a silica packet. That keeps it from clumping. Survival hack: cornstarch isn't just for cooking. It doubles as dry shampoo, a soothing powder for skin irritation, and even a natural cleaner when mixed with vinegar. A single jar becomes food storage, first aid, and hygiene rolled into one. Number 18. Baking soda was used by the Egyptians thousands of years ago, and it hasn't lost its usefulness. It doesn't really expire. It only loses potency if it absorbs moisture. Storage tip: keep baking soda in sealed jars or cans, away from humidity. Preppers often keep two sets, one for cooking, one for cleaning. Prepper hack: baking soda has over 25 survival uses. It unclogs drains, puts out grease fires, cleans teeth, deodorizes gear, and even eases acid reflux. Few things are as cheap and versatile. Number 19. Unlike most oils that go rancid quickly, coconut oil stays stable for years. Its medium-chain fatty acids make it naturally resistant to spoilage. Storage tip: keep it in dark glass jars, away from heat and sunlight. Done right, it can last 2+ years and sometimes much longer. Survival hack: coconut oil isn't just cooking fat. It works as lamp fuel, wound salve, skin moisturizer, and even bug repellent. Preppers often keep several jars, one for the kitchen, one for first aid, and one for hygiene. Number 20. Ghee, or clarified butter, has been used in India for thousands of years. Ancient texts claimed it could last a century, and modern science backs it up. Its structure resists spoilage far better than regular butter. Storage tip: keep ghee in sealed jars in a cool, dark place. It needs no refrigeration, and in fact, it gets more flavorful with age. Survival hack: ghee is calorie-dense and nutrient-packed. It provides vitamins A, D, E, and K, all crucial for survival health. In a crisis, it's not just food, it's comfort, fuel, and medicine in one. Number 21. Powdered milk has come a long way from bland survival rations. Thanks to freeze drying, it now keeps 97% of its nutrition for over 25 years. 1 pound equals 4 quarts of liquid milk, lightweight, compact, and long-lasting. Storage tip: keep powdered milk in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, sealed tight in a cool place. Prepper hack: mix powdered milk with fresh milk to stretch your supply without anyone noticing. In survival, it's not just for drinking. It thickens soups, makes bread richer, and even adds protein to oatmeal. Number 22. Peanut butter might not sound like a forever food, but sealed jars can last years beyond their printed dates. 2 tablespoons pack 8 grams of protein and nearly 200 calories, making it one of the most efficient survival foods. Storage tip: natural peanut butter without hydrogenated oils lasts longer. Even if the oil separates, just stir it back in. Prepper hack: peanut butter requires no cooking, no refrigeration, and no prep, just instant energy. Spread it on crackers, mix into oats, or eat it straight with a spoon. Relief agencies even use it in disaster zones because it's compact, shelf-stable, and filling. Number 23. Most oils spoil fast, but when sealed in tins or cans, olive oil can last indefinitely. Each tablespoon gives about 120 calories of heart-healthy fat, which is survival gold. Storage tip: always buy olive oil in cans, not clear bottles. Store them cool and dark, and they'll stay good for decades. Prepper hack: Olive oil isn't just for cooking. It fuels oil lamps, moisturizes skin, and even works as barter in emergencies. A single can is liquid energy and survival utility in one. Number 24. Vodka, whiskey, rum. When it's 40% alcohol or higher, it never expires. Alcohol is self-preserving, making liquor one of the most versatile items you can stock. Storage tip. Keep bottles upright, sealed, and in a cool place. Once opened, it may lose a little flavor, but it never becomes unsafe. Prepper hack. Liquor is more than a drink. Vodka can disinfect wounds, sterilize gear, and fuel makeshift lamps. Whiskey has historically been used as barter, valuable when cash means nothing. In survival, liquor is both tool and trade. Number 25. White vinegar has been found in 2,000-year-old Chinese vessels, still usable. Its acetic acid makes it naturally antimicrobial and self-preserving. Storage tip. Keep vinegar in sealed bottles at room temperature, away from light. It doesn't degrade, ever. Prepper hack. Vinegar is multi-purpose. It cleans surfaces, kills bacteria, pickles vegetables, and even extends the shelf life of fresh produce. A gallon costs just a few dollars, but can replace $50 worth of chemical cleaners. It's survival savings in a bottle. Number 26. Apple cider vinegar, or ACV, doesn't just last forever, it gets better with time. That cloudy layer called the mother holds probiotics that remain stable indefinitely. Storage tip. Keep ACV in amber glass bottles to protect it from light. It stays potent for decades. Prepper hack. ACV is more than a tonic. Mix it with raw honey for an immune-boosting elixir, splash it on grains to improve nutrient absorption, or use it as a natural decongestant. In survival, it doubles as medicine, cleaner, and food preserver. Number 27. Unlike artificial vanilla, pure vanilla extract made with alcohol never goes bad. In fact, it deepens in flavor as it ages. Chefs treat decades-old vanilla like fine wine. Storage tip. Buy or make extract with at least 35% alcohol and store it in dark bottles. Prepper hack. You can make your own forever supply by soaking vanilla beans in vodka for 8 weeks. It's cheaper, lasts forever, and guarantees pure quality for your stockpile. Number 28. Soy sauce has been around for 2,500 years, and it's still one of the most durable pantry items. Its fermentation process naturally protects it from bacteria, giving it an almost endless shelf life. Storage tip. Once opened, keep soy sauce tightly sealed. Refrigeration isn't necessary if stored in a cool pantry. Prepper hack. Soy sauce keeps survival meals from getting boring. A splash can transform plain rice or beans into something flavorful. It even adds minerals, boosting nutrition when food options are limited. Number 29. Tests on 30-year-old jars of instant coffee showed nearly no difference from fresh samples. That means your morning wake-up can last decades. Storage tip. Seal instant coffee in airtight glass jars with oxygen absorbers. Properly stored, it lasts indefinitely. Prepper hack. Coffee isn't just about caffeine. Sprinkle grounds in your garden to deter insects, or mix with honey and spices to make an emergency meat rub. It's energy, barter, and even pest control in one jar. Number 30. Dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher, lasts years longer than milk chocolate. Vacuum-sealed bars stored in a cool basement can last up to 5 years. Storage tip. Keep chocolate below 65 degrees Fahrenheit and away from light. Never refrigerate, as condensation ruins texture. Prepper hack. One 3.5-ounce bar has more antioxidants than 6 cups of blueberries. In survival, chocolate isn't just food, it's stress relief. A little square after a tough day can boost morale and keep spirits high. Number 31. Japanese researchers discovered dried seaweed stored in temples for over 1,000 years, still packed with nutrition. It's one of the most nutrient-dense forever foods you can stockpile. Storage tip. Seal seaweed in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Store in a cool, dry place. Prepper hack. Mix varieties like nori, wakame, and dulse. Each brings something different: protein, iodine, fiber, trace minerals. Seaweed can also be crumbled into soups or rice for a huge nutrient boost with almost no bulk. Number 32. First popularized in World War II, powdered eggs are still a prepper's protein powerhouse. Freeze-drying technology means they can last 25+ years, while keeping nearly all the nutrition of fresh eggs. Storage tip. Keep powdered eggs in sealed cans or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Dry form lasts decades. Rehydrated, use within days. Prepper hack. 1 pound of powder equals 72 fresh eggs. Scramble it, bake with it, or use it in survival bread. Lightweight, compact, and versatile, powdered eggs stretch your food options when fresh eggs aren't an option. Number 33. Humans have dried meat for thousands of years, and properly sealed jerky can last decades. Native Americans made pemmican, jerky mixed with fat and berries, that's been found edible over 100 years later. Storage tip: jerky must be dried to less than 10% moisture, then vacuum sealed. Store-bought versions with preservatives last even longer. Prepper hack: jerky is high protein, portable, and calorie dense. It's trail food, barter food, and survival meat in one. Add it to soups or grind into powder for long-lasting stews. Number 34. Tomatoes may seem fragile, but when canned, they can last indefinitely. Their natural acidity and sealed environment keep bacteria out. Families have opened jars 40 years old that were still safe. Storage tip: store cans in a cool, dark place. Avoid dented or rusted cans. Prepper hack: tomatoes aren't just versatile, they're rich in lycopene, which supports heart health and reduces cancer risk. Use canned tomatoes to add flavor and nutrients to rice, beans, or pasta in a survival setting. Number 35. Pickling is one of the oldest preservation methods. Archaeologists found evidence of pickled cucumbers in Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago, and the method still works today. Storage tip: keep pickles, sauerkraut, and kimchi in sealed glass jars, stored cool and dark. They'll last indefinitely. Prepper hack: fermented foods add probiotics for gut health and immunity. In survival, that's a huge advantage. Plus, the crunch and tang fight food monotony, keeping meals from feeling like the same old rice and beans every day. That's 35 forever foods, from honey that outlived pharaohs to jerky that fed tribes. The rule is simple: dark, dry, sealed tight. Do that, and your food becomes a time capsule. Start small with staples like honey, rice, vinegar, oats, and lentils. Rotate and restock, and you'll save money, cut waste, and be ready when life throws surprises. Next, we'll cover 10 foods you should never stockpile. Number 3 will shock you. Subscribe and stay ahead.